I've had this Crosman DPMS SBR for over a year now. I think it's been like a year and 3 months or so. So I just want to give you a quick update on how it's running, if it even still runs, and what kind of issues I've encountered over the year. Now, the good news is that this thing still works really good right now. I wouldn't say it's flawless because it has had some issues over the year, which I will get into. But so far, it still runs, so that's good. I have made an in-depth review already on this gun. Everything has pretty much remained unchanged since that video, except I just shot it a lot more over the past year. But everything, all the accessories, is exactly the same. So the gun still works, like I said, and it still shoots fine. It's very, very fun to shoot. These magazines have a really good seal on them. Actually, one of the best I've seen, these green seals that they use. Every time you insert the CO2 cartridges, there's no like gas leaking out or anything like that. Every time I've inserted CO2s on these kind of magazines, I've always had zero issues with these mags and the seals. So all the seals on this are really good. Just keep it lubricated. Of course, you want to insert them in the correct order as well. Insert this one first and then the second up there. Since we're talking about the mags though, I will say that I did run into an issue with one of the magazines. I think it was my first magazine. I'll see if I can pull up a picture if I have it saved since it was a while ago. But the metal that they use to construct these magazines are kind of cheap and brittle, especially this piece right here. It's almost like some pot metal, you could say. But basically, one day I was out shooting this gun and all of a sudden my magazine just dropped to the floor. So I was wondering what happened. I didn't hit the mag release at all. It took me a while to notice, but this piece right here, it almost like cut off right there where there is that little crease you can see. And this metal piece along with the rubber seal just snapped off. So that mag was completely broken and unusable. I have tried contacting Crosman a lot of times, their customer service, and they do not respond whatsoever. So that's one thing I will say about, Crosman, I guess. If you have any issues with the air guns like I did with the mag, they're probably just going to ignore you. They're not going to respond. That's what happened to me. I've contacted them multiple times through phone or email, no response. So they can't help me even, when this gun was still in warranty. I just ended up buying another mag that I found in store. So just be aware and be careful that, when you're inserting these magazines, you want to do it, I guess, with a little bit more care, because that piece could snap off. Like I said in the original video, I do use the Hornady black steel. They're not my favorite because you can't really see where you're shooting, honestly, but those work really well here, and so do the Umarex. There's like the standard silver steel ones also shoot really well here. The ones that don't work well in my experience are the Crosman copperheads. Those tend to jam a lot from my experience. The second issue had to do with the bolt catch. And after a while, the bolt catch stops working. And that's because this little hook piece, this piece right here, this is what pops up when the mag is empty and it catches that bolt release. But what happens is over time that metal piece keeps rubbing against this bolt catch lever here and it gets worn down. So then the gun will stop locking back when it's empty. So what I had to do a few times already was wrap some duct tape around here. Like it makes it more thick so then it can actually catch onto something. If you use duct tape, I also recommend wrapping some kind of other tape over it like I have with the shipping tape, because the shipping tape is a lot more silky, smooth to the touch, and there's not as much friction. So if you just use duct tape by itself, it kind of wears down really quickly. But if you put some shipping tape over the duct tape, it just allows it to catch without wearing down really fast, so you don't have to change it as often. But so far I've had this fix here for a while and the bolt catch is still working just fine. Besides that, I mean, I haven't had any other issues with this air gun. It is a ton of fun, especially because it's automatic. Really fun for backyard plinking if you set up targets. This is really, really fun for that, and you can be shooting for hours. Last year, I bought like a whole bulk box of CO2 and BBs just because I knew I was going to be shooting this thing a lot. And I have shot this thing a lot, but I bought so much that I actually still have most of the CO2s in the box unused. So I have a ton that I can still use, and along with BBs. Those were really the two main issues that I said earlier, with the mag breaking, obviously a big one, and the bolt catch stopped working, but you can fix that. What else? Lubrication I went over as well. You don't really have to lubricate it that often. I forgot how many rounds I would usually lube it a little bit, but I just use some like treadmill lubricant, 100% silicone oil, and put a few dabs in there on the seals, and then you're good to go. Yeah, I just want to do a quick review on this gun. Like I said, if you want to see like an in-depth review of the setup and like the shooting and all that stuff, I already have a video up on that. But that's how the gun is running. It still works perfectly for now, but there were some issues that I dealt with over the past year. But overall, I would say an excellent purchase and a really fun air gun, and I highly recommend this air gun. So that's it for this little quick long-term review or update on the Crosman DPMS SBR. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.